Yeah, Trump the Don back at it again. Shout out Big Tucker, Alex Stein, JP Sears, Jordan Peterson, and Ben Shapiro. They call me racist, fake news, but Kodak Mazo, I got love for my Haitians. They cool. The media full of these federal agents. Break rules. America first, these candidates hate it. And hate you. Keep it 10 toes down, stay true. Everybody, they were loving me, so the media was switching up on me. Now they all trying to comfort me and get a little piece of my money. Greatest president of all time, if you think not, you mistaken. The only president I love more is them blue-hunted Ben Franklins. These rappers are flexing their cars, some are flexing their house. My toilet bowl is made of solid gold, I don't need gold in my mouth. Government is full of perverts, ignoring the Hillary servers. Did Epstein really get murdered? That was my burner. Eating Trump steak, drinking Trump water, Trump towers with Trump daughter, Trump wine, I'm a super gremlin. I don't care about that loser Eminem trying to do me like OJ, just know the glove that don't fit. It's about to be a cold case, no love for a snitch. They call me racist, fake news, but Kodak Mazo, I got love for my Haitians. They cool. The media full of these federal agents. Break rules. America first, these candidates hate it. And hate you. Keep it 10 toes down, stay true. Wow. We're making it out of Trump towers with this one.
Remember John F. Kennedy Jr.? He was declared the front-runner for the New York Senate seat back in 1999. Days later, his plane crashed into the Atlantic Ocean, and his rival, Hillary Clinton, was elected senator.
A brilliant guy. He's very deceiving. My wife said, I love watching him on television. And I said, who? John Kennedy. They said, John Kennedy? I don't know. But, you know, I thought maybe she was talking about the other John Kennedy. It was a total kill on farmers, on builders, on everybody. It was a total, it sounds so nice. Right? I looked at John Kennedy when I signed that. I said, John, I'm going to get killed for this one. So what we did was take something, the waters of the United States, how beautiful is it? And yet everything inside was a total kill on you. And other businesses, by the way. And we didn't get killed, did we, John, huh? We didn't. They love it.
I believe that John F. Kennedy Jr. and Donald Trump formed a special bond in New York, and a combination of things, 9/11 plus John F. Kennedy Jr. being threatened with assassination so that Hillary Clinton would win. She would never have won in New York had JFK Jr. run. I believe JFK Jr.'s death was faked, and I believe that JFK Jr., Donald Trump, and senior military officers loyal to the Republic have been working behind the scenes for the last 5 to 10 years. And I believe that General Mike Flynn has been the commander-in-chief of the guerrilla army that has been preparing for this day.
You know, this was extraordinary on so many levels. The deep memo, and this memo, all of the documents that are not in the public domain, and the deep memo is one of those documents. It was a discovery document. It was given to me by Mike Hugo, one of the original lawyers in vaccine injury litigation, who could not settle before they got to a jury. And they had to do that because they could not have memos like the deep memos being paraded in a
is alive, would he show himself to the public from time to time? Disguised, of course, yet clear enough for the anons to see? Meet Vincent Fusca, presented to the public as a Trump enthusiast and volunteer at the Trump rallies. Now I know, he's not the spitting image of John Jr. Different nose, different mouth, not quite as handsome. But hey, if they can make Eddie Murphy look like this, everything is possible, right? Bear that in mind. Vincent Fusca does not seem to have a past. No old pictures, no family tree, nothing. He suddenly appeared. His name means Conqueror of the Dark. He often wears a fedora hat, very similar to JFK Sr. And this, I find interesting. His nose changes. Sometimes it's bigger than John's, sometimes it's not. Now I can understand why John would change his appearance slightly from time to time as to give hints to the QAnons. But why would a Trump fan do such a thing? Then there's the mystery lady in the audience, always close to Fusca. My, doesn't that big smile look familiar? What about Lauren, Carolyn's sister? The two were very close. Maybe Carolyn didn't want to disappear without her? Maybe she was informed on the plan? Maybe she decided to join them and stay low as well? Could this be Carolyn, presented as Fusca's colleague at the rallies? When Q was asked, is JFK Jr. alive? The answer was no. But when Senior dies, Junior no longer is Junior. The question should have been, is JFK alive? Where does all of this leave us? With the perfect spokesman when he is needed. And that may be sooner than you think. As soon as the FISA documents are released, the sealed indictments are unsealed, and the arrests are made, that's when I expect him to step forward.
On Christmas, I gifted you proof that JFK Jr. is alive. For the new year, in this video, I'll be gifting you truth. 2019 is going to be a year of not resolutions, but a year of revelations. It's going to be a year of going from darkness to light. I'll be breaking down in the beginning of this video the letter writing and go much slower because there are some who still doubt what we're seeing because it is hard to believe, but we have to accept that truth. What do you have to lose? At the end of this video, I'm going to show you how to move into the next level. If you accept the proof that I gave you in Christmas, you become enlightened. Suddenly, all blinders are off, and you become a watcher. Just remember, there are no coincidences. Where we go one, we go all. Let's get started. Alright, so I slowed down the video quite a lot, and then I traced his finger way more carefully this time, and I just wanted to show everyone who still wasn't sure exactly what he writes. And he actually is a lot better than I thought. He writes it really well in the air. This time tracing it, it's a lot neater than I had originally thought. There's a long list of coincidences surrounding these two. Okay, so hopefully we can all move forward now, believing that that is JFK Jr. That said, now you can start to notice a lot of little things that you didn't notice before in light of this new information. Now watch Trump.
We will no longer be the foolish people. We will no longer be the stupid people that get taken care of so badly by our politicians because they don't know what they're doing.
Now that we know R exists and he is JFK Jr. and JFK Jr. is alive, what if I told you that Trump cues R? Watch Fusca watching Trump. Trump steps aside, then signals, says now, points, and that's exactly when Fusca starts writing his letters. Remember the words, enjoy the show. Remember the words, you have more than you know. Hold tight, and I'll be unlocking the truth. The storm is coming, Patriots. It's going to be a good year. Please subscribe to my channel and make sure you like this video.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me running? Can you hear me running? Can you hear me calling you? Take the children and yourself and hide out in the cellar. By now the fighting will be close at hand. Can you hear me? Can you hear me running? Can you hear me running? Can you hear me calling you? Can you hear me? Can you hear me running? Can you hear me running? Can you hear me calling you? There's a gun and ammunition just inside the doorway. You said only in emergency. That you should pray to God, the Father and the Spirit will guide you and protect you from up here. Can you hear me? Can you hear me running? Can you hear me Can you hear me? Rising up, took my chances, went the distance, will to survive. watching us all with the eye. Face to face, out in the heat, hanging tough, staying hungry. Days like the odds, still we take to the street, or kill with the skill to survive. It's the eye of the tiger, it's the thrill of the fight, rising up to the challenge of our rival. And the last known survivor stops his prey in the night, and he's watching us all with the eye of the tiger. And he's watching us all with the eye.
Hello, Rumble. It's Michael Jacob with Unleashing Intuition Secrets for you right now. So it's going to be a massive awakening process that's happening. It is undergoing amazing changes right now, I think, in the human consciousness. I call it the consciousness renaissance that we're going through right now. And it's quite a beautiful experience. Of course, there's always a little trauma that's going to go, through that, make that process come through. So I have the Lemurian bowl, which is connection to God consciousness. I'm gonna ring that throughout the presentation to basically to bring back in very strong the Lahaina energies that the deep state Luciferian types are trying to steal. And trying to, every time they come in with a massive human sacrifice like they did in Lahaina, they use that sacrifice as basically to usurp the excellent frequencies that are there, and also to transform things into their evil control system. So very, very amazing portal type energies that are there in Lahaina. So they wanted to capture those and use those for their own evil intentions. So we see a lot of people there in Lahaina that are speaking out. Some of them are speaking out. It seems like they're getting silenced. Some of them are continuing to speak out. Some are saying that the death toll is much higher. And they're also saying that there are a very, very large number of missing children. So, someone had a very good idea that they should gather together and start creating like a list. The people of Lahaina come together and create a list. People that they know that are deceased, children that they know are missing, families that have children missing that are not being reported. I think that would help the world get on board stronger. So we have Oprah Winfrey and Dwayne Johnson now are promoting people to donate to a cause where everyone in Lahaina will get like $1,200 a month, right? So I don't think that is in everybody's best interest. I don't know about that fund. Maybe the fund itself is good, but those two characters are basically very dark characters. They're kind of like the evil priestess and priest. Very, very evil. I wouldn't subscribe to either one of their ideals or what they're trying to promote. Dwayne Johnson, when I saw him in the video, seemed to be trying to control a snicker the whole time. And even towards the end of it, smiled. And we can see Oprah Winfrey is like pounding her hand, like give, trying to put that out there. Like, don't. How about don't give to that cause? There's a lot of other causes out there from very reputable sources. We know who these people are. You need to do the research. So maybe we can. I've already had some of those people on my show. Maybe we can get some more people on the show. We got some people out there putting out some really good videos. How much longer? So we've already had 2 cases of hurricanes hitting both coasts, trying to distract from that massive Lahaina event. Now they have fencing all around that area. I think even President Trump has come out and spoken how the Biden administration, which is really not the American republic, it is a stolen corporate empire that has basically come in and is posing as our legitimate, leadership, which is not. None of it. Absolutely none of it. It's a criminal organization. All of it. Anyone that works for the Biden administration at this point, you're basically working for a criminal empire, a mafia group, evil mafia group that does exceptionally evil things, like the directed energy weapon attack on Lahaina, the directed energy attacks that are happening all over the world at this point. Turkey has some. I saw this one post where it actually looks like directed energy weapon beams are coming down from the sky. I don't know. It could be like some flares on the window this woman was shooting it from. It could be disinformation, because direct energy weapon is a free energy system. That doesn't mean like they've created an energy system that's free because they're gracious. No, it's a free energy system that surrounds us and it's tapped into. It's inexhaustible and it's available to all of us. They use it for exceptionally evil purposes. They create basically lightning beams with lightning strikes with direct energy weapons and just fry everything. It's basically creating a nuclear event as well, a radiological event. So that every time they do this, whether it was in 9/11 where they used it, there were a lot of people. There were like up to 3,000 people that died in 9/11, but there were even more people that have died since 9/11 are still dying after 9/11 from the exposure to the they say it was from the chemicals and asbestos and so forth that was in the towers themselves. No, it's from the radiological event. So this is another thing I would love to see people get in there with the detectors to see if what the rate is there. I've said this for a little while now. I wouldn't go into that area. It's just definitely going to be contaminated for quite some time. Now, these areas are not contaminated for long periods of time like they try and tell everyone. Like Hiroshima and Nagasaki, people are living in those areas again. So, of course, within the first few years or so after that, I think it's very, very toxic. We're going to continue to see people, even to, I think, still to this day. I would not go into the World Trade Center bowl, if you will. So a lot of people think that just World Trade Center 1 and 2 and 7 collapsed. The whole system, all of the World Trade Center, all of them collapsed, right? All of them were destroyed. And that was part of the direct energy weapon, attack on that area. So lots of, and then way out was a direct energy weapon attack on parking. So I don't know if that was parking for the people that worked in the World Trade Center or what. Why would they attack that? All the rest of the building, and it's just isolated. There's no, just like we're seeing here in Lahaina or Paradise, California, or up and down the Malibu coast, or right now in British Columbia, or right now in Turkey. We've already seen direct energy weapons of HAARP used in Turkey to cause earthquakes, to manipulate the Turkish government to, come online and do as the deep state wants them to do. So the same thing is happening in Lahaina now. The leadership that's there has been, captured, and they're part of the deep state apparatus. It has to be replaced. The people need to rise up. We're seeing, lots of people that are rising up around United States and pushing back on that. There's people, that want this to happen, want this deep state corporation that's controlling the world to go down. So the deep state, the fascist system. A lot of times people think that the fascist system, starts with the government. Actually, the fascist system starts with corporations. So we see Bill Gates, Microsoft. We see Berkshire Hathaway, which is basically a money laundering, arm of the deep state, just like Ukraine was on a massive level. All the different cryptos that have been used to money launder and hide money, move money around surreptitiously and illegally and so forth. These are all part of the criminal system that's been exposed on a massive level. They think that they can continue because they've continued. Some of this has been exposed in the past. We've seen some of these people, try and expose it, and then they get taken down. Their lives are destroyed, and so forth. So more and more people are speaking out. This is the year of the reveal. So the reveals are coming in on a massive level. A lot of people are becoming emboldened and so forth. So it is quite substantial as far as like the number of people coming in and exposing. Like myself and other people are really stepping up and making this happen. So we'll continue to see that ramp up more and more as people see, people like myself and Scott McKay and on and on and on. David Rodriguez. These people that stick out in my mind, of course, Juan O'Savin, Lloyd Brunson. So Lloyd Brunson and Juan O'Savin are going to come out together. We're lining up a show with those guys, so they have something big to reveal. So President Trump, we just saw Tucker Carlson say, of course, they're going to do an assassination attempt on President Trump. So obviously, Tucker Carlson is a part of the White Hat movement to help awaken people. So why is he coming out with that? Of course, I think they've made several attempts already. Do they feel that it's getting close? Or maybe they're trying to steal the attention because they're going to try and do something like that with maybe the other person that's posing as a president. I don't know. These things start to become, revealed in their own time. And sometimes it's not for years afterwards. It's taken a lot of people many years, a couple decades for some people, maybe even longer. Some people are still probably convinced that people working from a cave in Afghanistan, helped coordinate the attacks against the greatest military in the world with all these levels of multiple layers of security and defense and so forth. But they were able to get in, and not just maybe one, but 2, 3, 4 planes. So, and then they shut the system down. All right. So it's obvious to many people at this point that was basically a big move by the deep state. That move has basically destroyed the Bush family, exposed them for what they were. But we don't have time, 20 plus years to expose these criminals. They have to be exposed lightning fast now. They have to be exposed before they make their moves. This is what we are faced with right now. So so a lot of you guys are good comments in the. I'm looking at some of your comments and so forth. I see, that there's some. My wife keeps sending me messages, so that's what the dinging is. Sorry, guys. And it's still it's hooked up to this laptop that I'm using out by the pool. So in my up in my my office on the 3rd floor, it's basically a little bit different. So anyway, CV-19 symptoms, radiation poisoning, so forth. I'm not sure about the C19 systems being radiation poisoning. That's interesting concept to look at, but I think that we pretty much narrowed it down to venom. The system seems to be the whole medical system seems to be overrun with. So again, you have corporations like Big Pharma that are dictating the political. It's not the political comes in, establishes itself like we have right now with the Brandon administration, and like we've had with the Bushes, and like we had with the Clinton and Obama, and all those were Nazi administrations, but they were pushed by Nazi corporations. So in a fascist system, the corporations are the ones that actually promote, push, and control the people at the top. I thought it was the opposite of that. And I was pretty much clued up by someone that posts on my Facebook account. It's a former Vietnam vet, does really good research. So shout out to you. And someday maybe we'll have a little conversation. But anyway, he was pointing that out, and I was like, it's brilliant. I always thought it was just the opposite. So we need to look at the corporations, the Nazi corporations, the fascist corporations. Of course, they're all, the government is all in board, all in bed, if you will, with this. They're massively spread out, and they want to control and promote this. So more vaccinations, even after Brandon and his wife both got sick twice, not once, but twice. After he promised if you got the vaccination, you won't have to worry about getting sick. And everyone that's gotten the vaccination is basically health failing. Billion plus people are affected by the vaccination. Some of them, it's worse than death, what they're suffering through right now. So many millions of people have died. We see daily people dying from vaccination injuries, but they're just saying so-and-so died today. It's like, what did they die for? They're young and they're healthy. They're athletes. How are they dying? So it's not died suddenly, adult, death syndrome anymore, SADS, or SIDS, or anything like that. Now it's just they died, right? They can't do SADS anymore because it's like that's drawing too much attention to the issue now. So the hurricane that just went through here, and fortunately I was here because you guys might remember I say I can control some of this stuff, the weather, even the manipulated stuff to a certain extent. And I stayed here, hunkered down here. I thought I might have a little bit of, ability to push this thing. We pushed it. We pushed it pretty good out to sea. I think it was supposed to come in fairly close to the coast here along Tampa and cause a lot more problems than it did. There was some flooding, but it wasn't that severe. For some people, it was, of course, and our hearts and prayers go to them. But for most people, it was not that bad a thing. And I said that if it does end up that way, that if it doesn't go to a Cat 5, that means that the white hats are involved. And I think a little bit of a consciousness goes, like I said, Renaissance is consciousness. They know they have to stop that because that is what destroys them, really, ultimately. So Biden is promising anything the states need for Idalia problems. Anything the states need. You mean like you didn't do anything for, you're going to send people in. There's going to be like Photoshops and opportunities, and nothing's going to get done by the federal government. The federal government is basically stealing any chance they get. It'll be a photo opportunities like, okay, we need to tax people more and send more tax money to FEMA, which is basically a money laundering system in itself as well. FEMA has done nothing for the people of Lahaina, and that's what they say. It's not, and they can't find them. They can't find the Red Cross. They're just stealing money, guys. Don't give to either one of those organizations. Don't give to any organization that witches and warlocks, tell you to give money to. That's ridiculous. There's good organizations out there, and give to those. Now, Brandon, after he came out and said that about anything the states need, which is bullshit, says climate crisis can't be denied. So they're back on the false narrative, the false flag narrative of climate crisis. they're trying to gain traction anywhere they can, but all of these narratives are collapsing, guys. Their narrative was exposed as far as like bringing in the masking again. Now the masking has already started. The masking has started in the medical industry because the medical industry made massive amounts of money on the last COVID lie and the COVID vaccinations. So the medical industry is already dictating to all of its staff that they wear masking. They start their masking. And this is going to start to, people are going to start to see this. Now I had this one woman that was telling me that she went into, I think, a Navy Federal Credit Union, and there was a guy, a creepy guy that was like standing around with a mask on. And she said she didn't want anything about this. She's like, it activates my PTSD. Brilliant. So the guy had to like leave and move away, but he was like just wandering around in the background. It looked like he was almost like trying to start that, masking thing. And I've seen the masking start up in certain areas. So I think in some places like New York, it never stopped. You guys know you live in places where the masking has been, very prominent and hasn't died down. Those are areas where, I think that's promoted. And of course, some people are still scared, still fearful and so forth. I think that makes a difference. It does not make a difference. It actually is at this point right now, it is an absolute negative. It doesn't help your health. In fact, it like reverses your health in a massive way. So never liked the masking, still don't like the masking, always knew the masking was wrong, put out lots of information for over 100 years of how they've done studies on masking. The masking does not work. It does not work, period. So, so they're going to continue all these different narratives. So the climate change narrative, I think, is falling apart on them. What other narratives are falling apart on them? The Ukraine war narrative is falling apart on them. So upwards, I believe, of 500 million Ukrainian soldiers have died. Now, a lot of those are, I think, NATO, and then, people that come in, looking for money, and they'll do anything for money, and they've been like fighting for them as well. Mercenary types. That's why they have to keep funding billions and billions of dollars to Ukraine from Europe and the United States, because they're paying for the mercenary groups that are actively there. So 400 million, upwards of 400 million, which I doubt is that many. I saw this one guy that did there's like 100 different units, battalions and so forth that are all over Ukraine. I don't think all of them are to capacity. I think they've been whittled down quite a bit. The Russians have 500,000. And who knows, maybe that's even more. We've heard reports that, they're standing up even more. They want like over 1 million men ready to fight on the battlefield. So I think more and more people are coming in. So these people have to be trained. I can speak from experience. When you're in combat, it's a little unnerving at first, and then you get the feel of things, and then you get down and get funky. All right, so and then you can become very effective in a combat situation. That is what we've seen, I think, with the Russians. So the Russians are getting more and more effective. So here's someone that just shared something. Mike, I work at TSA in Michigan. Says these morons cannot stop wearing masks. So, it is out there. Michigan, unfortunately, a beautiful state with amazing people in it. Their culture, Detroit, and Rock City, and I think the rock industry was destroyed because it was so effective at helping to awaken people. It was manipulated and destroyed. So was the auto industry. They infiltrated it and destroyed it with unions and so forth. So unions, Democrat Party, the demon rats basically came in and just destroyed all of those excellent industries. So that is something that's happening across the board. New York, Michigan, Illinois. We can go right across all the way up and down the left coast, the west coast of the United States. Left, it's over the left, and it is leftist. Extreme. Now, of course, there are good people that live there. And I'm not saying that right-leaning people are good. I'm middle of the road. It's like, you got a good idea. I don't care where you're from. Just like my friend on Facebook, a lot of people don't like him because he kind of leans with the Democrat Party. But he puts out good stuff. He doesn't agree with me. I don't always agree with him. But there's a conversation going on there, and I honor that as long as it's not, coming in and being mean or outright attacking someone. I never allow that, nor should anyone else. So we'll continue to see, people waking up. Can you guys hear that Lemurian bowl? I'll just keep playing it. If you can hear it, then I'll play it a little bit more, maybe even play it on a larger level. 1,000, not million. Do you mean 500,000, not million? Yeah, I'm sorry. Did I say million? Yeah, 500,000. Yeah, thanks for correcting me on that one. So 500,000, 400,000, I believe, are supposedly maybe still. That would be quite a lot. 500 million. Yeah, so 400,000. That would be more than the people that actually are in Russia. I think Russia has like a little over 100 million. The United States has a little over 300 million. So yeah, it would be quite a lot. But who knows? There could be that many fighting at some point if they have their way, right? There's zero healthcare services these days. Yeah, unfortunately. Now, if you break a bone or something like that, gotta go. And there's great healthcare, I think, as far as like trauma and stuff like that. Working on the bones, and probably a lot more birthing stuff. I watched both my children born. Excellent services. So, but I was glad I was there to keep an eye on things, right? And I was there when my son just recently got operated on for a broken ankle. So you have to be involved, and you can't let these guys, just grab your loved ones. Otherwise, like we saw during COVID lockdowns, they'll just take them and kill them and make money off of them. There's so many people have stories about that. It's just insane. I think most of the people that died during COVID, I think one of the reasons why the United States had such a high level of death compared to other countries is because we let our healthcare industry run amok, and they were bad, during that time frame. I think a lot of people are going to be held accountable for that, and so we'll see. I think there's no question about that. We'll have Nuremberg 2.0 on a massive level all around the world concerning that. So, and Nuremberg was a large part of that was not just for having Nazi military, but also a lot of people don't realize this, but also the press and the medical establishment were held accountable, and people were actually executed in both of those industries as well. So we'll probably see that, going forward, if we haven't already. If that's not going on behind the scenes, which I believe it is. A lot of us have talked about it. I've talked about this for a long time. I've seen this going on behind the scenes. I've seen unbelievable amounts and heard of unbelievable amounts of baddies being taken down in some of these combat zones. That's why President Trump had no problems with Afghans, because he basically took the gloves off the good military leaders that were there, made sure he had good military leaders, and they kicked butt. And they kicked butt in Iraq, and they kicked butt in, unfortunately, there's still deep state activity in Syria. So we need deep state military activity. Now, that doesn't mean that everyone's there, just like I wasn't deep state. I was noticing deep state movements when I was in the CIA, when I was in the military. But you look back on that stuff and you say, man, we were definitely being used. We could have definitely ended those wars very, very quickly, very efficiently, and taken out the baddies, and that would have been it. It would have been it. But the baddies, the front baddies, were nothing compared to what was behind them. Look at Osama bin Laden, the guy playing Osama bin Laden in the end. You know, whoever that was that got half his head blown away. That guy, once he was eliminated, that was it. So are they trying to do that for Brandon? Are they trying to, you know, have some type of event like that so they can lock down and really come down on, you know, the right people, right? The right people. Or they're going to create an incident because they've already gone in and basically FBI Nazi assassins have gone in and killed a couple of very openly killed two people. One was very open in disagreement with the Brandon administration. Probably spoke a little bit too vociferously about that. All it could have taken is somebody have a nice little visit and a chat, say, hey, you need to tone it down. But no, they sent in a SWAT team and basically killed the guy. All right. And the same thing happened to another gentleman just recently. They told his mom to get out of the house, and they went in and you know, flash crashed it, shot it all up, threw tear gas in there, screwed the whole house up. You can't live there now, and killed her son. And there was no evidence that he had any weapons. But and then when she asked, why are you here? Why did you do this? They didn't give her an answer. So they're out of control. So it sounds like they are trying to create a narrative, right? So be heads up on that. Now, the other narrative that they're trying to create is the COVID. It's falling apart. So all of these different narratives are falling apart. They're trying to arrest Trump. That narrative is falling apart. Their ability to do that's falling apart, and on and on and on. So let me bring up a couple of things that someone shared with me. I thought these were pretty relevant. What's with the 8th of August Maui fire, 8/8/23? So it happened on the Lionsgate. So Lionsgate is normally a God day where God comes in very strongly. So they came in and tried to stop that energy in Lahaina, which has very strong energies there, very Lemurian. So Lemurian Bowl. Let me know if you guys can hear that. All right. So Lemurian Bowl. Mar-a-Lago was rated 8/8/22. Wow. How about that? So Obama fake birth certificate was certified 8/8/61. So a lot of interesting days for the 8/8. What's going on with that? So another one, the term global warming appears for the first time, 1975, August 8th. So there's lots of different ones on here. Brigham Young chosen to lead Mormon Church, 1844 on August 8th. 5-day-long Russo-Georgian War begins, 2008, August 8th. Right, all these are August 8th. 1945, Soviets declare war on Japan, invade Manchuria. Emilio Zapata born, 1879. I'm not sure what that. Sonia Sotomayor is sworn in as an associate justice of the Supreme Court, 2009, 8/8. So there's lots of different things I think that are a problem there. German saboteurs executed in Washington, D.C., 1942. President Truman signs United Nations Charter. Robert E. Lee offers resignation as commander of the Confederate Army, 1863. So lots of interesting things happen on 8/8, whether they're meant to be a positive or whether it's meant to be a negative. I would say the 8/8 and Lahaina was definitely a negative. The 8/8 rating President Trump was definitely a negative. So what group did that? It definitely wasn't the White Hats, right? That was definitely a baddie operation. So another thing is like, the Lord created the world all the way up to the sixth day. And then on the seventh day he rested, and then the Luciferians claim that the eighth day is theirs. So that could be why, right? So but we know that is not the case. The Luciferians are not the ones in charge of heaven and the real vibrational energy of the earth. It is God, and God with that vibrational energy does make the difference. All right, did you guys hear the Lemurian bowl? Not hearing. So here's the Lemurian bowl. It's blue, like the waters in the Pacific where Lemuria was, like the waters behind me. Nice and blue, right? All right, can you hear the bowl? Yes, yes. You guys can hear the bowl? I see yes, yes, yes. I hear love the bowl. All right, very good, very good. Love bowl. So I do have a love bowl. That's a Sedona love bowl, but this is on a higher frequency. The love vibration is at the heart center. This is at the third eye, crown chakra, and above into the God consciousness area. I like to touch it and feel it. All right. So that was for the Lemurian, beautiful people of Hawaii and Lahaina in particular. So it sounds great. Yes, you guys hear it? Awesome. So that's why I like to use this, because my Joe Rogan microphone doesn't pick it up at all. So that's why I come down here and sometimes pick up the laptop and play with that. I was going to do this out on the pier, but it started raining. It was good timing. I thought cleansing. The rains are cleansing, right? So it cleansed the air, and then I began to speak. So it's perfect. So yeah, we're having a lot of revealing going on, guys. It's going to continue. Their narratives will continue to be exposed, and touchy-feely, lots of laughs. That's right. Because if I did this if I took this into the team room, SEAL teams, oh no. So they'd like, get that the F out of here. Like, not all of them. I mean, some guys are. You got some real hardcore guys. They don't want to. They want to like act like there's other energies out there, although they tap into it. But some guys are totally into it. Very, very small number. So I know a lot of people think that, I'm a Navy SEAL and I have the Intuitive Warrior and the Awakening Warrior books, and I talk about all the spiritual stuff and the love vibration and the Archangel Michael experience that I had. So you're like, all you Navy SEALs have those experiences. No, no. But there are some out there. Yes. Just like a lot of you don't always believe in all this stuff. But I think there's a very, very strong percentage of you that are. And we want that percentage to go up. And that's what we're about these days. So yeah, the vibrational energies. So you notice that was a blue. Let me show you so you can see it again. See that color? Blue. The highest, the God frequency, right? The God Lemurian frequency, right? So their blue is often for the throat chakra, but this blue is Lemurian blue, is connected to the highest source, God source. So that's very interesting because we saw in Oprah Winfrey's roof, I think it was back in October last year. They're like, why do all of the people in Maui, like Oprah Winfrey's house, why do they all have these blue roofs? So we know that the Luciferians can claim anything they want, like an 8th day, you know. Okay, whatever, guys. It doesn't exist in our reality, but you know, I'm a timeless guy. Days really don't exist for me often. Time doesn't exist for me. So if you want to claim 8th day, I don't care. Whatever. I don't recognize that. Right. So whatever game you want to play in your own little mind, I don't play along with it. And I think more of us are getting to that point. We're not playing along with their little manipulated reality. It's a false reality. It's a slave mentality reality. With masking, slaves wear masks. That was the way it was back in the day. They wanted the slaves to wear masks. They didn't want them to speak. They didn't want them to breathe on them. They didn't want them to nothing, right? So slave masking. That's what they like, and that's what they're doing to us when they're pushing that again. So the medical community, all you guys out there in the medical community, they're putting your mask on. Time to get a new job. Go somewhere else and work for someone that doesn't do that, and you guys create your own little. I only go to people that are not, you know, part of that system, unless of course, like I have to, like I talked about, where I break my leg. But please, somebody like make a medical. What they're probably not going to let you, because I just saw recently where there's like these what are those guys that wear the funny hats and drive the horse-drawn carriages and so forth? What are those guys? Somebody like think for Mike. And so anyway, in like Pennsylvania and some of those communities like that, one of those communities, the guy basically had 100 acres, Amish. I think it's Amish, but there's lots of different ones. But it could be Amish. But anyway, a group like that. And yeah, Amish. Somebody just said it. Thank you, Sean. So, or is that Sean 8? Sean 8. I like it. That's pretty cool. So there's yeah, everybody's hitting the Amish thing. Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you. And yeah, you guys boom in that Amish. All right. See, that's community right there. I like that. That tickles me. All right. So Quakers, there you go. Okay, Quakers too. So people that live off the land, that are one with the land, and they grow their own food. They're not part of our captured community. A lot of those communities basically did not get vaccinated. They didn't mask. They just did herd immunity. That worked out for them. Mennonites, yep. Don't forget the Mennonites, yep. There's lots of different communities. Love to all those communities. It's tough. It's tough breaking free, and they're not able to. So what they're doing, what one of these people did, they have 100 acres. They had cows, are obviously dairy cows, so raw milk. You just can't get raw milk, and I just want raw milk. If I'm going to drink milk, if I get raw milk, that'd be awesome. But you're not going to get it in a store. They will shut that down because it has to be pasteurized, has to be burnt. All right. And cheese. Amish make great cheese. There's a little Amish community down in Sedona. I've been to their store. They have like jellies and all these beautiful foods, and plant material, like plant material, vegetables and so forth. That plant material stuff, and so that is Mike's brain works a little strange sometimes. I just like let it flow. Okay, plant material. Oh, vegetables, yeah. So they basically came down on this one Amish farmer who was basically his community wanted him to provide them with beef. So he started, slaughtering because he'd raised these cows and had a lot of them. So he started slaughtering the beef, and they came down on him. The government came down on him. So how do they do that? If they have their own community, you would think they can do whatever they want in that. No. So if you're here in the United States, you're part of the United States corporation, and they're going to do with you or tell you what to do, however they're going to do it. Yeah, yogurt and goat cheese, yummy, right? You guys know what I'm talking about. If you haven't been to an Amish bakery, maybe you don't want to go. So it is, it's good. It's too good, right? So they're beautiful people, right? And have a wonderful lifestyle. Some people might, disagree with it. Everybody. I disagree with the Brandon lifestyle, which is basically steal everything and from everybody as much as we can, and kill whoever we can. So I'm not on to that, right? So some people are on to that, think that's good, and I can't understand why, but everyone has free choice there, right? Free will, free choice. So it's okay as long as you don't overstep that free choice onto someone else, which the United States government is doing. So basically, they stopped that family to the point where they seized all of their meat. They can't even use the meat that they slaughtered for their own family, let alone give it away to anyone else. At this point, what the hell kind of government have we allowed to come in, guys? It has to be removed in some form, some fashion, right? And I think that we just create something else and just start playing our own game somewhere else. You guys want to like steal the ball all the time, and all the rules are like you win all the time, no matter how good we are and how much we like do amazing things, and you just steal like, oh, that's an amazing like move you did with the quarterback, and that was a great pass, but the guy got out of bounds. No, he wasn't. We can look at the replay. Oh, no. See, there's like a little, his hair moved, and so it's out of bounds. His hair moved. He's got a helmet on. Yeah, but, we could see with their equipment that the hair moved inside of his helmet over the line. Like, I mean, it's that ridiculous, really, and even worse. So these guys, they call the shots. So it's just pick up the ball. You want to like take the ball too. We can't even have our own ball. Okay, take it. We don't care. Here's the helmet. Here's the cleats. Here's the shoulder pads. You take it all. I don't care. Not my pants. You can't have my pants. All right. I'm taking. All right. You want my pants too? All right. I got some underwear on. Here, take the pants. All right. Here's a jersey. I don't care. All right. So then we just walk away, and we're like, just, maybe we have like a Hawaiian sarong type thing. The guys are like running around shirtless, throwing the ball. We make our own ball. So, and then they come over like, you guys got a pretty good game going on over here. It's like, yeah, and you guys ain't allowed to come over here. It ain't happening for you. So, but they will, they will. And that's what they're doing right now. So that's what they did to the Amish community. They basically came in and you guys got a pretty good game going over here. We can't have that. Only we can play the game, and you can't. Yeah, it's Nazis. Yeah, you guys know. You know what I'm talking about. Atlas Shrugged, absolutely. All these things we've been told about. Show them pads, show them pads, Bob Nelson. Yeah. So it's fun. It's fun to make fun of them because they don't like that, because they're narcissists and they're psychopaths. So I like to like, ha ha. I'm exposing you guys for cheating on all the football games. I've exposed it over and over again. The games are not, they're all rigged. Baseball, football, soccer, they're all rigged. cricket, you name it, it's all rigged, guys, at the top. And they're even like coming all the way down into college football now. So some of the college football games are being taken as well. Of course, they would do that, you know, because we've seen some of the college coaches that are like pedophiles and being exposed. You know, was it Bear Bryant? I don't, you know, whatever. Now, Bear Bryant himself was, I don't want to throw anything on him, but one of his coaches was a baddie, just taking showers with kids in the shower room, right? It's like where the young men took showers. He'd bring in, when no one's there, he'd bring in kids and shower with them and do that stuff. So anyway, they looked at Sandusky. Yes, thank you. Very good. See, you guys are on board with all this stuff. You guys are like, bam, 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 bam with this stuff. Jerry Sandusky. Yep. So, bam. Joe Paterno, Penn State, Sandusky. Too much to explain here. That's right. It's for some people. I think that calls for a Lemurian Bowl ring. Let's ring that shit out. Yeah, there's plenty. We'll make some rope for them. Don't worry about that. There's plenty of rope can be made. Choppity blocks. Just keep those axes sharp. So blue, going back to the blue. So you guys, the blue water behind me, the blue Lemurian Bowl. Of course, they stole the blue because the blue in the mid range is 6.66. They've stolen the 666 number, which is a love number actually. They've stolen that number because they own the game. They can play whatever game they want, right? You guys want to steal that, make that a negative number? Okay, it's not. But if you guys say so in your little twisted, narcissistic, sadistic little world, that's fine. But we're not going to play there, and we're going to expose that. We're going to expose all of you over and over again. Your little games about climate change and all that stuff, and you know the people that have guns that protect their own, that never shoot anybody up. With you trying to claim they're the worst, it's false narrative, on and on and on. So the people that own guns are 99.9% of the time the most law-abiding, and the ones that use their weapons correctly only protect themselves. So that is why we have them, to protect us from them, right? And they know that, and that's why they want to take them. So storm update. Did you remote view the source of the storm? Yeah, the storm is basically spun up by the deep state, just like they did last year. Same location. They needed a quick little fix, just like they did in the Hillary storms. It's like so in your face, and then the same location as the one last year that they said was going to go into Tampa, but mysteriously at the last minute jammed into just below Sarasota, south of Sarasota, because Sarasota has very high frequencies that just can't get any in there. And it seems like this area now, where I'm at now, has very high frequencies. It couldn't get anything in here either. So of all the places they're going to slam that thing into, they couldn't ramp it up to a Hurricane 5. It went into a very marshy area and spun itself out fairly quickly. They were saying it was going to stay Hurricane 2. It quickly degenerated to a Hurricane 1, and then it just tropical storm. That's what it is now. So that is, and they were talking about how it was going to loop back around, hit Florida. That's not going to happen now. So all of these, it's basically a lot of their stuff, guys, is they have some kind of masking device, invisibility type device for some of their weapon systems. So they're very hard to locate, but they are locating them. I don't own a gun, although if needed, I'm sure I'll pick one up. I did paint my tin hat blue. Very good. Okay. Well, good luck on picking up a gun when someone comes in from the deep state and decides to take your life. All right. So then what are you going to do? So, you're going to go out and, hey, wait, don't shoot me. I'm going to go pick up a gun. Okay. And, or wait, I'm going to call the cops. Oh, it's going to take them several minutes to get here if I'm lucky. If I don't live in a Democrat controlled area, then they'll be like, yeah, we're overwhelmed. Or if they even answer the phone. So anyway, live in whatever are you part of the deep state, living in a false reality too? So, yeah. So it's just interesting. A little trolling going on probably there. So, but a lot of you guys are like onto this stuff, right? The trolling that happens, like in this, after this video post, there'll be like all these people like, oh yeah, get hold of me and we'll have a conversation, and then you'll be asked to pay and stuff like that. This is on everyone's sites now, because the deep state is they make money any way they can. They restrict our information from getting out there through the social media platforms. And any chance, any way that we get in there, they have, fact checkers that censor us. It's fact checking, not censorship. Fact checking. All right. Or it's basically community guideline violation instead of, censoring like in YouTube. So it's same thing. It's their game. They're going to play it however they want to until we take our game, until we take our ball and go home and play somewhere else. All right. So we have to create our own new reality, and it can't have anything to do with them. They're going to get really pissed the way bullies do, the way psychopathic narcissists do, and then try and kill us and destroy us. But we have to be smarter than them. So let's just get those words out there. All right. So, and then the deep state guys are in there. They're like, gee, you can't even talk. Get your own show. Let's see how you talk there, little AI boy. So anyway, probably pretty good, actually. So, time for a purge. And I'm not going to purge their system. We're going to create something else, guys. That's what they want. They want us to like go against them, push back on me, bro. Come at me, bro. So I'm like, I'm just going to go around you and make something else. It's like, and you can't be part of it. I have World War II knives from Japan. Very nice. Wow, cool. What is that? K-bars? Or swords, or what do you got? World War II knives. Nice. I had K-bars for a long time. They got all rusty. I was a bad boy. I should have kept them clean and oiled, but they used to like give us K-bars. The rustying, you get a K-bar near water and it rusts. I don't know who came up with that. And that's what they gave us to like dive with or swim with. It's like we had to put on a K-bar. So we'd like do our dives and when we're in buds, and we have to have an inspection. So that was that took so much work to keep that thing sharp. It's good. You got to have a knife in case you get in kelp and stuff. But then when it comes out, basically it's dangerous because you're probably going to cut yourself or your buddy accidentally. Most people don't know how to use knives. Even SEALs that aren't trained, like I'm trained, I can use a knife very well. All right, and I can teach you how to use a knife super fast. All right, and very effectively. Most of it's just like slash. That's stupid. Slash is like get you killed by someone that actually knows how to use a knife. So mine are not rusty, brother. Good deal. Keep them oiled. So Mike was bad. They lay in the bottom of my my bags, and then it's like, oh, but I haven't seen this in a long time. So I pulled it out and I couldn't even get it out. And I was like, yep. So you have to you have to basically oil them every day. Bayonets. Yeah, bayonets. Those are cool too. Bayonets are a super, super badass projectile. So a K-bar actually is a decent projectile as well. It flies nicely, but it's like I said, 1,000 cuts by death, lots of laughs. So Mike's never got cut by knife. Let me think. Have I? Not any one of my knives. Me and this one guy played the bull again. Stop talking, play the bull. You're getting out of line. So, talking about knives, talk about real stuff, right? Okay. I could go off on knives. It's fun. So yeah, cutting? No, not Mike. So anyway, like a gun, clean, 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 clean. Yeah, you got to clean guns too. Not all of them. If you oil them up well, like my M60, it stayed clean. It was easy to clean. Oil that puppy up and it's good to go. K-bar knife though, it's a cool looking knife. It's good part of history, but it's a little rust bucket, right? All right, guys, that's enough for now. I got to go work out and then do some shows. All right, lots of love to you guys, and I will see you guys next time.